Hi pals, my name is Mal, or you can call me Milk, and welcome back to my channel. We are here with the final tour of our Halloween island, so we're just gonna get started here. This is my house area, and like always, if you haven't seen me do the builds of any of these, you can go ahead and check them out. I have a playlist on my channel for my Halloween island. But yeah, so moving on to the museum, here I had the red lights added, very cute. I'm just so happy with how this whole island turned out. First of all, I love the decorations that the resident services put up. It's so cute. But I'm just really happy with how it turned out. I spent some extra time off of filming for adding a few things. So there's some new things here that you haven't seen in any of the videos that I have added. But that's not till a little bit later. But this is the coffee shop that I had since the beginning. I did not change this area here at all, as well as the sea. I wanted to make it into a moon, but just the thought of it just completely stressed me out. So that's okay. We're just not gonna do that part. But down here at the beach area, I added a little campsite spot where it has a little spa bathtub thing next to it. Little campfire, just a cute little overnight stay on the spooky island. And that leads us through this little picnic area and into where the entrance of the island is. I'm really happy with how I rearranged this entranceway. I love the pumpkins that are a little bit closer to resident services. I feel like it just separates everything a little bit more, and I think that there should definitely be a little pumpkin Halloween decoration for the entrance. We also ran into Jack, which if you look in the description, I will have my dream address, and I do save it on this day. And going around here while I'm doing the tour, there is a couple spots where there's like a little bit of overgrown flowers, or there is some fossils in the ground, but for the dream address, I do have everything all cleaned up, looking nice and put together. So there's that, and Mitzi and some of the other villagers run around and follow me around for some of this tour because it's on Halloween's, and they want candy, they're needy. So I try to run away and kind of loop her a little bit, but not very successful. I do get rid of her at some point though. But see how there's some overgrown flowers here? I do have all of that cleaned up and everything for the dream address. Moving over to the little neighborhood, we have our little seating area here by the big campfire. So Coco actually ran up to me asking for some candy, and of course I gave it to her because it's Coco. So there she is looking cute. But here is just the tiny little playground snack area, and that leads up to our little fair thing that we have here. I finally added the tractor here, so it actually makes sense now, and I added just that little car bed. I wanted a regular car, but it'll do. It works. But then I lead us onto the beach, where I don't really have much of anything along these beaches here. Very simple. There's just some little seashell lamps, some beach balls here and there. There's a lifeguard stand with the surfboards. Just simple stuff that I kind of had here before. I didn't really want to focus too much on the beaches just because I never really have any good ideas for beaches. But that leads us to the little, I'm going to say, art show gallery, and I made it abandoned. So I added a bunch of weeds, boxes, that empty can, just to kind of make it look like it hasn't been visited in a while. And that leads to the secret beach, which I'm not going to show at this moment. Later on, I'll show a little aerial view of it so you can get a look at that. I didn't change anything with that there. So we have Mint that's going to follow us on over to the fortune teller tent here that we have. And I did just want to take a second to just say thank you all for subscribing. I think I have about like 170 subscribers now, and I'm like, my mind's just blown, and I'm just so grateful because I was very nervous. I've always wanted to upload YouTube videos, and I was just very nervous and kind of self-conscious. I don't know, second guessing myself. And I'm just very happy that I stepped out of my comfort zone and to do something that I've always wanted to do, and that people are actually liking it. So just thank you so much for subscribing, and look at this little guy. But just for real, thank you so much. Back to the little tour. Please do not judge me for this. I wanted to do a cute little maze, but I just could not be bothered with making it extremely serious and actually like a maze. So it's nothing like a maze, but our little villagers aren't the brightest, so we made it easy for them. Let's just use that excuse. But I have my little crystal booth here. I think this is so cute. And we move up to this little area that I turned into just a little plant shop. I know it doesn't really go with like a Halloween theme other than the pumpkins in there, but I just kind of wanted a little bit of my personal likes and interests in it, and a plant shop is like my favorite place in the world. I actually went to one today. But yeah. Oh, and here is the little secret beach pathway there. But yeah, the plant shop, I think it turned out cute. Just a bunch of plants. It just makes me happy, and I just wanted to add a little bit of my own self in this island. Moving over to this other half of the island, I have just a little camping area here with a little ukulele, the crickets jumping into the water, just a little relaxing area, nothing special here as well. And I had this little area here, absolutely hated it, couldn't let you guys deal with it, so here is what I changed it into, which definitely matches the vibes better, looks way better. I'm glad I did that and took the time to do that. But we of course have the campsite, which you guys have all seen before if you've seen some of my past videos, and that leads us to the little cemetery, which you have seen as well. And I really love how this cemetery turned out. I'm so glad that I added the little stone archway. I think it just pulls it all together. And we lead up to the barn, which again, I will be cleaning up those flowers. They'll be cleaned up for my dream address so they're not all over the place and looking horrible. And I also went in and added this silo here because I just completely forgot that the silo was even an item. So I added that to the build. And I don't look at the honey area. I didn't even look at it when I was making this island. So we're not going to look at that, but it's the exact same. If you haven't seen it, go see my first tour, the before, and it looks the same. I made a cute little pumpkin carving decoration area where they could come carve pumpkins, eat snacks, that sort of stuff. And I didn't really change much about this down here other than swap out one of the tents, which I moved down at the front of the beach, to a little sleeping bag just because I needed a tent and I didn't feel like ordering one and waiting and time traveling a day to add it in. I also have this cute little hayride, tractor pull, whatever, that I made. I think this turned out okay. It's not perfect, but I also moved all of the space items over to this side of the beach. I felt like it kind of matches the vibe with the nighttime stuff. That's kind of spooky, I don't know. But guys, I am so exhausted right now. I have been trying to record my voiceover for this for like the last hour, and the audio is just not great. It keeps cutting out, glitching, the volume keeps adjusting. I just don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to get a new microphone, I think, but with time and money I will do that. So I'm sorry. I feel like I have to apologize for everything, but I just am sorry. I wish I could make some better content. But I have this little apple cider table that I change and add the little Turkey Day balloons. I felt like that just looked a little more put together. And we now are going to transform into November, where all of the trees are changed and red and just looks cute. So I'm going to do just a couple little clips here showing the little scenes of what they look like with the different colored trees. I really hope you have been enjoying this series, and I'm glad that you watched, and I will be doing this for Christmas as well, so stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for watching it. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next regular video. Happy Halloween!